Welcome, my people. How are you guys? And this is Rokani David. The big story of the day is all about Mikel Merino completing his medical at Arsenal. And guess who has gone ahead obviously confirm this? It has been Fabrizio Romano, king of the transfers, or the transfer guru in here. Welcome to this channel. Smash like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. We're also going to be talking about Halaand giving Savio his flowers, and then Ansu Fati. Surprisingly, the manager of Barcelona has finally come out and spoken about what has always gone ahead to be heard as a rumor that he's really gonna be thrown out. And guess what? This is news to everyone who really likes Ansu Fati to be at Barcelona. We thank God for the gift of what? We thank God for the gift of life, and for everyone who really loves football. Continue to subscribe because we want to hit 30,000 subscribers. We've now gonna hit to hit 23,000, and let's continue really striking towards that milestone that we all know we want to reach in a nick of time. So let's obviously tell you who is really behind this video. As far as the sponsor, it's all about Mono Gadgets. Mono Gadgets are dealers in brand new phones, brand new laptops, and used phones and used laptops, and they really provide a lot. They provide a lot of stuff for you guys. So if you want to contact Mono Gadgets, call them on +256 70 99 88 665. That's how you can reach out to them, and they'll give you the rest or the best of services that you guys want. And call them, WhatsApp them on that number. You can also subscribe to them on TikTok. You can also follow them on TikTok onto that name, Mono Gadgets on TikTok. They'll obviously be at your services. Now let's start it off with Mikel Merino traveling to London. I think it was Friday. Then he started to undergo his medical, that is yesterday, and finally today morning he has gone ahead to pass and complete his Arsenal medical, and everything is pending announcement. And Fabrizio Romano confirmed to us today that Mikel Merino has completed his medical as a new Arsenal player, with clubs exchanging documents, deal being sealed, 32 million euros fixed plus 5 million euros of add-ons, and contract until 2028 plus option of 1 year. Now we know why this deal had gone ahead to take long to obviously be given green light, because it obviously happened to be that the club of Sociedad wanted 37 million euros, and it shows you that the only right person, I think, was Fabrizio Romano, because he was like, they want in excess of 30 million euros. Most of the outlets were like 30 million euros plus 5 million euros of add-ons, and now the final fee has come out to be 32 million euros plus 5 million euros of add-ons, meaning that that's the amount of money they wanted. And we should also give credit to that outlet that came out and really told us that they want to obviously come up and really do a deal of 30, of 40 million euros, meaning that that's the amount of money that Real Sociedad wanted, 40 million euros, and Arsenal knocked it down to 37. I think that's good negotiation, and that's why the deal really delayed. But upon completing his medical and clubs exchanging documents, that means tomorrow, Monday, is gonna be the Mikel Merino day. That's why I really believe it's really gonna be his day, and he's gonna be unveiled and announced as a national player. And we just can't wait to see when Arsenal, or at what time Arsenal is really gonna be announcing the player to obviously do the needful into this beautiful game of football, as we see to hit that all comes to where Arsenal wants it. Now, the big question is, after Merino, who is next? I think I'll answer that question after Arsenal have gone ahead to obviously unveil this player, because loads of dominoes are really happening at Arsenal, and those domino effects might result into Arsenal either going in for another player or not going in for any other players. That's what we anticipate from the club of Arsenal. But he has gone ahead to complete the medical and passed it. You all know that it's always a 3-set medical. The body, the joints, then they go to the body organs, and there is that test of the mentality, and see whether you can obviously tick all the boxes to become a player of the side of Arsenal. You understand? But Mikel Arteta, by the way, yesterday he got asked about this deal of Mikel Merino. I think it was on Friday, and he had something to say about this Mikel Merino deal, and it was like, I cannot talk about players who are not ours. You understand? And every time you hear such a statement, you just get to know that it is one of those deals that is in the pipeline to be given green light. Though the manager feels like it's not the right time to obviously have a say about it. Now, he was asked onto the Mikel Merino rumors, and this is what Mikel had to say. You know that I cannot talk about any player that is not ours. There is still time in the market, both ways, for other managers and other teams. And you can tell us, and you can tell how busy it's getting. So, he was like, I cannot talk about players that are not ours, but you can as well tell how busy it's really getting. You get? And in the due course of that, you obviously understand that how busy is it getting? We all know. We all know how busy it's really getting, and it's getting more and 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 more busy as we speak right about now. So, and he continued and said, there is time still in the market. By the time he said it, there were like 8 days left. Now we are left with how many days? Now we are left with how many days? I think 5 days left. On Friday next week, that is starting tomorrow, it's gonna be really close the market. So he said other teams, and you can tell how busy it's really getting. Obviously, it's really getting busy and busy and busy and busy, and nothing is really gonna really stop this from really occurring. And the deal is set to be announced, I think, tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day for announcing the deal of Mikel Merino. Now, let's obviously go to Erling Halaand. Erling Halaand has come out and really said the following on Savio. He has been really good. He has to learn English, but his skills everyone can see. So it's about keep on improving, to play, to get together. But you can already see the qualities. A penalty and assist today, he's going to be really good. And remember what the manager of Man City, Pep Guardiola, said when they're still playing the preseason in the US. He said Savio is going to be that player who is really going to come in through and obviously put in a required shift to obviously spark off Erling Halaand. That's what this guy went ahead to say, and he goes by the names of that's what this guy went ahead to say, and he goes by the names of Pep Guardiola. And in the game they played against Ipswich, obviously 2 assists from him going to the guy called Halaand. That is really great, and Halaand is really excited. And by the way, when you look at Halaand this season, he now has 4 goals. He scored a hat-trick yesterday, and he had gone ahead to score one against the team they opened up with, away from home. And that is Erling Halaand for you, and he's not stopping. And looks like he has gone ahead to start this season in high gear. I tell you, he has gone ahead obviously start this season in pure high gear. But I tell you, nothing is really going to stop him from really achieving what he wants, because very many people are really behind him, and they're really ready to see to it that everything really goes on as planned by the side of Man City. So wait and see how Erling Halaand is really going to do the needful. Remember last season, I think there 26 goals. He was short of like 10 or 9 goals scored in the Premier League. And if at all he starts like this, you all get to know that it's really gonna get better and better for him to obviously score many goals for him into the mix. And that is the player called Erling Halaand. And we all know how good he is when it comes to really finishing those balls. And when they really get in another player who can create lots of moments for him, you obviously get to know what's really going to happen. And you know why? In his first season, he had to score close to 60 goals because of a player called Riyad Mahrez Gundogan into the mix. Now, Gundogan is back and Savio is back. You all anticipate that a lot of chances are really going to be set up for this Norwegian international to obviously accomplish and see that everything really comes to pass. So we wait and see how Man City really goes ahead to do its stuff, because we all know that their next tie, their next fixture, that is Man City, they're going to be playing West Ham on the 31st. That is, I think, a Saturday. They're going to be playing West Ham away. So it's really going to be huge into that fixture. Then we all go to Hans Flink. He has finally gone ahead to speak out onto his plan for a player called Ansu Fati, right? He has told us that I hope that when Ansu Fati returns, he will show the same levels as he did in the preseason. We have to take care of him, meaning that he has huge plans for Ansu Fati. That is it. He has huge plans for Ansu Fati, and Ansu Fati is really going to be the player staying at the club of Barcelona. He's going nowhere. He's going nowhere amidst rumors that had gone ahead to surface that he is really going to be put on the market. He's really going to be sold. You understand? As it stands, it is confirmed. Ansu Fati is really going to be the player that this guy is really going to be looking at. And that means Ansu Fati would have gone ahead to be moved out if at all I think they got in Nico Williams. But I believe if all the players they have at Barcelona hit their form, no player can play better than Ansu Fati on the left. Anywhere you play him, either on the right or on the left. And I'm going to tell people that people are really screaming at Lamine Yamal, but went ahead to obviously scream at Ansu Fati when he was at the age of 16, I think. And things never went on well. And I think one of the problems they did was to obviously get that shirt number 10, and they gave it to Ansu Fati. I believe that they would have gone ahead to do what they've gone ahead to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal from, was it 30 something? Now he's in, is it 27 or 17? And if at all he continues to obviously confirm to us that he's really good enough, maybe shirt number 10 will go onto his back in like 2 years from now. You understand? But for this guy, known as Ansu Fati, I think they went ahead to obviously load a very huge burden onto his shoulders. And that's how things really failed to obviously orchestrate better for him. But all I want to let you know is simple. The player is under consideration by Hans Flink. And if you know Hans Flink and how he improves talent, there is no way you're really going to come out and really not appreciate what Ansu Fati is all about. So you're here to wait and see how things pan out here onto the Football News Show, and that has been Rokani David. This show has been powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in phones, laptops, and laptops that are really brand new. And even if you want to use phones and use laptops, you can call them on +256 70 99 88 665. That is Mono Gadgets for you, and they'll bring you the best that you deserve as a side that really wants to compete better and better and better and better. So that's what we had here onto the Rokani Media Football. So continue to subscribe and let you people give me knowledge onto what your thoughts are about this. I'm out. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Bye-bye.